Kim unfollowed Diddy 24 hours before that happened. She and Chris has close ties, but the FBI and law enforcement, they know something was gonna happen. They know everything.
Any man that has a sister, any man that has a friend that's a girl, any man that has a child, you understand, who saw that, if they wasn't appalled.
Zionist media handlers surrounding her, all in and out her Hulu TV show, all in and out her family, all in and out the house that I created for my family. But she's not here just to have content up on adult channels. She's not here just to have that last interview magazine.
Kim is a friend of mine. We always talk about everything that's going on in the system, and I think she's doing a lot of good work. She's doing a lot of work more than other people who have platforms who might even came from that situation. So,
breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment. Joining us now is CNN's entertainment reporter Elizabeth Wagmeister, and also with us CNN chief legal correspondent Ellie Honig. Elizabeth, you were a big part of revealing some details about Diddy's conduct in private over the course of the last couple of months. That video led to a lot more scrutiny on what he has been accused of. What do we know at this point about what this case might ultimately be about?
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
Now, Abby, that video that you just spoke about was a few months ago when our team broke this disturbing video of Diddy violently assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, better known as the singer, her stage name, Cassie. Now, up until this point, when we broke this video, Diddy had denied the allegations against him. Cassie is one of 10 civil suits against Diddy, 9 of which he is accused directly of sexually assault. Up until that video, he denied everything. After that video came out, he changed his tone. He apologized for his conduct in that video. But I have to tell you, Abby, just as of last week, a former member of Danity Kane, which was one of the bands from Making the Band, Diddy's show that was on MTV, she sued him for sexual assault and other disturbing allegations, and he denied that. So he continues the denials, and he still maintains his innocence, even though he has been arrested tonight.
In a shocking turn of events, Kim Kardashian has reportedly gone into hiding following the recent arrest of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, who is allegedly linked to a series of serious criminal charges. With rumors swirling that Kardashian is next in line for questioning, speculations about her involvement and connections with Diddy are igniting a firestorm of controversy. Could the reality TV queen be entangled in something far darker than her glamorous public persona suggests? As authorities close in, the internet is abuzz with theories, painting a picture of high-profile secrecy and scandal.
Seems like Kim Kardashian might be facing some serious consequences for her alleged involvement in Diddy's activities. The latest reports suggest that during the raid on Diddy's house, authorities uncovered some disturbing footage that implicates Kim in some wrongdoing.
What's wrong? Don't scare me, please. What's going on? Like, I can't.
The feds are looking for Kris Jenner. When the feds raided Puffy's houses, they found tapes with evidence of Kris Jenner being part of some criminal activity.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs.
Diddy is here in New York, in Manhattan. He apparently came here in anticipation that something like this might happen. What should we understand about what that might mean? It could very well be that this is a federal arrest being processed here in New York.
So, Abby, there are some important things we do not know, including the specific charges that have been lodged against Sean Combs. But there are some really important things we do know. First of all, based on the attorney's statement, based on our reporting, this is a federal prosecution. It's not a state prosecution. The fact that he's being processed in Manhattan tells me that's the Southern District of New York. That's consistent with the reporting that the Southern District of New York had been handling this case. That's the office I used to work at. That's an office that sort of specializes in high stakes cases. Just in the last year or so, Southern District of New York, just as an example, has successfully prosecuted Sam Bankman-Fried, Senator Robert Menendez. The other thing that we do know is a grand jury has indicted Sean Combs, meaning they found probable cause that he committed at least one federal crime. Now, as to what happens next, there will be, likely tomorrow or within the next couple days, but usually in the SDNY, you try to do it the next day, there will be an arraignment, meaning Sean Combs will appear in court with his lawyers. There are no cameras in federal court. He will be advised of the charges against him, and he will almost certainly enter a not guilty plea. But the key thing to watch for is then we'll have the question of bail. Will prosecutors agree to let him out on bail? Will prosecutors ask the judge to lock him up pending trial? That could end up in a contentious argument. So these are things that are going to play out over the next 24 or 48 hours.
And he grabbed me and pulled me towards him. But I wasn't wearing anything underneath. So I was like, okay, this is like the time I'm gonna get like this deal, like it's gonna happen.
The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy.
At 5:30 a.m. So this party, I think half of the people there were butt naked.
Falls in there. Tell us your real friends. I know him, but
he's a very good friend of mine, and it's all good, you know.
Everybody's talking about the cover, the Kim Kardashian cover. What did you think about that cover?
I thought it was dope. You know, freedom of expression. It was risky, and I think in life you should take risks while you can.
Kim Kardashian is officially in panic mode. Rumors are swirling that she's been caught up in Diddy's notorious freak-off parties, and now the FBI is reportedly knocking at her door. To make matters worse, Kim's already scrambling, firing off cease and desist letters in an attempt to control the narrative. The drama is heating up fast, and trust me, this latest update is more explosive than anything we've seen before. While Kim is no stranger to controversy, this situation isn't just about tabloid gossip, it's about the feds. Ever since Diddy's arrest, the internet has been flooded with claims that Kim was involved in his infamous parties, and now there are whispers that she's under FBI investigation. If the rumors are true, this could send shockwaves through Hollywood in a way no one saw coming.
Every A-list celebrity from Leonardo DiCaprio to Mariah Carey can be seen partying with the disgraced rapper at his various get-togethers dating back to 1998. Here's a shot from one of Diddy's white parties with Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton in the background.
Allegations of sexual abuse and trafficking against rapper Sean Diddy Combs are making headlines, with attention now focused on his infamous white parties. Several victims, including adult entertainer Adria Sherry English, claims the rapper forced them into explicit activities during these lavish events in the early 2000s. English, who filed a lawsuit, said she was hired as a dancer for the parties held in the Hamptons, a posh New York neighborhood. She in fact alleges the glamorous exterior of these celebrity-filled events hid a disturbing reality where women were coerced into sexual acts. English claims Diddy used his power to pressure her, warning that if she did not comply, he would sabotage her music career. According to her, drinks were spiked with drugs, leaving her unable to recall how she in fact left the parties. English went on to say that the parties were more explicit, and the in fact more explicit parts of the party started late at night after most of the guests left the venue. Celebrities like Paris Hilton, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian and Chris Brown were among those photographed at the white parties, which ran from the years of 1990s to the 2000s. Jennifer Lopez and her management team is said to be on a high alert in case she gets dragged into any of the ongoing criminal investigations against Sean Diddy Combs, who was once, remember, her long-time boyfriend. Insiders have now claimed that the vocalist's team had discussions about whether she should make some public clarifications for being arrested with the rapper back on December 27th of 1999. And as the singer was dating Sean Diddy Combs during those days, she was taken into custody because a gun was found inside his car that they used to escape from the shooting scene. While Jennifer Lopez was let out shortly after, with cops clearing her of any involvement in the criminal activity, her romance partner and his bodyguard Anthony Wolves-Jones were charged with this crime.
To get to the latest on Combs, his children speaking out overnight, and another accuser has come forward. Aaron Katersky has been tracking all this for us. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. Combs and Sam Bankman-Fried are sharing a dormitory-style unit in protective custody in jail. Strange bedfellows in jail. And now his children this morning are speaking out. This morning, the children of Sean Diddy Combs are speaking out for the first time since their father's arrest last week. 4 of Combs' 7 children writing on Instagram, "We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. A 60-page unverified book published earlier this month claimed to be the collection of diaries of Porter, who died at the age of 47 in 2018. The children, who don't mention their father's arrest in the statement, go on to write, "Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was. Her memory should not be tainted by horrific conspiracy theories."
After Diddy's shocking arrest, a bombshell accusation emerged, with a user claiming that Kim Kardashian was a guest at some of his infamous freak-off parties. Since then, the situation has only spiraled further out of control. Whether or not these allegations hold any truth, Kim's legal team is in overdrive, reportedly scrambling behind the scenes to manage the fallout. You won't believe just how deep this story goes. Kim Kardashian's legal team has swiftly responded to a social media user on X, formerly Twitter, who alleged she was under FBI investigation in connection with Sean Diddy Combs' notorious tapes. These claims surfaced after Diddy's recent arrest in Manhattan on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution. In a cease and desist letter sent by Kardashian's attorney, Christina Davis, the accusations were labeled as false and defamatory, with a demand for the immediate removal of the post. The social media user, A Shadow Off Ezra, had shared a video suggesting that Kardashian was involved in Diddy's legal troubles, accusing her of blackmail and drugging men. In response, Kardashian's lawyer firmly stated, "Your statements claiming Ms. Kardashian has committed crimes or is involved or being investigated for crimes are categorically false and illegal." The legal notice further warned that if the post was not removed, Kardashian would pursue legal action. Despite receiving the legal order, the user remained defiant, stating, "Their threats and intimidation are pointless. Nothing can stop what's about to unfold." The user also claimed that they had become a target of Balenciaga's most powerful partner. And it doesn't end there. Rumors are circulating about other high-profile names being involved, suggesting Kim's connection to the chaos might not be as coincidental as it appears. With cease and desist letters flying left and right, it's clear she's trying to keep something hidden. But what exactly? If Kim did attend one of Diddy's notorious parties, was she merely a participant in the usual wild behavior, or, like many others, could she have been a victim of something much darker? The questions keep mounting as the drama unfolds.
He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
All right, Kara and Ellie, let me go to you. You've worked in the Southern District of New York. What is the significance of this being filed there, and can you explain a little bit more about these racketeering charges?
Yeah, Jim. So first of all, this is a federal indictment. It's been filed in the Southern District of New York, which covers Manhattan and the Bronx and some of the northern counties. So this will be a federal prosecution. Generally, federal prosecutions carry higher penalties, higher potential sentences than state prosecutions. And as I'll get to in a moment, that is certainly the case here. So this is a 3-count indictment against Sean Combs. Now, count 1 charges racketeering conspiracy, and the indictment alleges that Sean Combs, along with others who are not charged, but others, ran an enterprise, an operation, essentially a business that engaged in a series of crimes. Here, those crimes relate to sex trafficking. In fact, the indictment names the racketeering enterprise the Combs Enterprise. That's the title that they gave the enterprise. So that's count 1. Now, count 2 charges sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, meaning that Sean Combs participated in transporting women across state lines for illegal sexual purposes by force or by threats or by intimidation. That is an extraordinarily serious charge.
Not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy.
They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their shit.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executive and it's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at the going to dinner with them and shit like that, and you know all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it.
Someone named Lucien. Well, Lucien worked for people who control the banks in Africa, who keep, you know.
Oh my God.
Think about
download.
We had Black Wall Street, we had Harlem, we've been gentrified, and we ain't really been pulled together since, other than to maintain what they call the black vote, which you don't have an opinion in that vote. And then they get all these celebrities, they go on TV like, you know, we got a problem with his political opinion. He's out of control. He's bipolar. He's anti-Semite. He's whatever they want to call somebody to try to get people to not listen or have, you know, take away the influence.
Well, apparently, there is allegedly a secret video footage that has released of Kris Jenner in Diddy's house.
You choose to sign with somebody as truly evil as Lou Taylor, unless you didn't have a choice.
Well, it puts him in a very difficult position, because if he is ever charged, whether on the state side or federally, if he ever testifies, there's going to be limitations on whether he can actually do so without being confronted with things like this. So there's a lot of collateral impacts of this video, even if those particular acts are not being charged in the federal case.
Now, this is a bit of a Stranger Things type of episode. As you guys know, P. Diddy's house just got raided. He's allegedly flown away. Well, at least his private jet has. Who knows if he's on it? And it's going down when it comes to Diddy, bro. Like, it's going down. Well, people notice something. It's alleged. It's alleged. Calm down. But check this out. Somebody posted Kim unfollowed Diddy 24 hours before that happened. She and Kris has close ties, but the FBI and law enforcement, they know something was gonna happen.
Speculation skyrocketed when Kim Kardashian unfollowed Diddy on Instagram just a day before the raid on his home. Why is this so suspicious? Kim had plenty of opportunities to distance herself from Diddy in the past, especially when Cassie filed her lawsuit against him, yet she chose to do so now, right before the raid, which raised eyebrows among fans. It's almost as if Kim had insider knowledge of what was about to unfold. While she's a lawyer, her connections likely don't run that deep. Her timing, however, suggests an attempt to quietly erase any visible trace of their relationship.
Kim Kardashian is linked to the Diddy lawsuit. Yeah, Kim 24 hours before the raid unfollowed Diddy despite continuing to follow him even after the Cassie lawsuit was settled. Turns out Kris Jenner makes all of her daughters give 10% of their income to a church. The church is run by none other than Lou Taylor. So Lou is allegedly Diddy's manager, and Diddy is asking Lou to pay off the victims to keep them quiet. Lou is the one who put Britney Spears in a conservatorship, and while Kim was married to Kanye, she tried to force him in one too. And during these so-called conservatorships, the Guardian steals money from these celebrities and pays out victims through the church to make it seem like donations. And people think Kim is involved in the trafficking ring after her Balenciaga endorsement. Balenciaga was called out for advertising CP in their campaigns. Yikes.
Ryan Garcia, this Jay, I'm on the nitrous.
And I was at the dentist's office the other day. I was taking a nitrous oxide. I suggested if anybody's like stressed out. When my karma comes, you know, I'll accept it in real time.
Right? And I refuse to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look.
They would have Michael Jackson.
Former Chief of Staff Milo Yiannopoulos says that Kanye is addicted to nitrous, and that he has been using this nitrous gas, and that he's getting it from different places. It's not, at least the way Milo is describing it, it's not unlike what we learned about Michael Jackson getting doctor shopping.
The Kardashians appear to be scrambling to cover their tracks, but they've seemingly overlooked two key figures. Lou Taylor and Corey Gamble, both of whom have close ties to Diddy's empire and the Kardashian family. Lou Taylor, in particular, is a highly controversial figure in the industry, often likened to the devil. Britney Spears has a personal vendetta against her, as Taylor played a pivotal role in orchestrating her infamous conservatorship. In Britney's memoir, The Woman in Me, she reveals that if not for Taylor's involvement, she might have avoided the years of control and turmoil that followed. Britney explained that prior to her 2008 court battle, her father and then legal guardian, Jamie Spears, developed a close relationship with Taylor, even to the point where Britney said her father was worshiping her. It was Taylor, according to Britney, who initially planted the idea of the conservatorship in Jamie's mind. She was front and center during the implementation of the conservatorship that would later allow them to control and take over my career. She continued. Lou, who had just started a new company called TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group, was directly involved in calling the shots right before the conservatorship. At the time, she had few real clients. She basically used my name and hard work to build her company. Fans are well aware of Lou Taylor's shady track record, including using Britney Spears' earnings to promote herself through flattering articles in major Hollywood publications and charging her legal fees to Britney's estate. But the controversy doesn't end there. After successfully placing Spears under conservatorship, Taylor allegedly set her sights on other celebrities. In 2019, Courtney Love accused Taylor of attempting similar tactics on her. Love posted photos of herself in a half-open robe, and when a fan asked if it was true that Taylor, who orchestrated Britney's conservatorship alongside her father, had also tried to place Love under conservatorship, it raised even more eyebrows. Courtney's response was a resounding yes, and her longer explanation provided even more insight into the situation. She said, Lou did try, for a mutated strain of a conservatorship. She and the Geralds made an attempt to control Kurt's name and likeness and all Nirvana songs, 96%, then sell the publishing, by which time I'd be in a conservatorship or more likely, dead. The connection between Diddy and the Kardashians becomes even clearer when examining Lou Taylor's client list. Sean Diddy Combs is also listed as one of Taylor's clients, which adds another layer to their relationship. Taylor's career began at Uptown Records, where she worked with a management firm called Davos. This provided her the opportunity to collaborate with the label and, in turn, enter Diddy's inner circle. Decades later, their collaboration continues. An account on X Mextifying recently highlighted the alleged ties between Taylor and Diddy, revealing how these connections have been hiding in plain sight. Another tweet pointed out their association with Live Nation, one of the biggest corporations in the music industry. But the connections don't stop there. Diddy and Lou Taylor are reportedly linked through a Christian doctrine that promotes the prosperity gospel, which idolizes wealth and status, especially when tied to celebrity culture. Church-owned entities also play a role in this ideology.
They're gonna probably be arresting me just because we want to have a good time.
Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of gun ammo, and Grammy Awards. New images from TMZ show inside Diddy's ransacked Beverly Hills mansion during the coast-to-coast raids where no arrests were made.
People in the home are traditionally detained during raids, so they don't flee, and so they don't destroy evidence.
The rapper's attorney calls it a witch hunt with an excessive show of force and hostility that led to a premature rush to judgment, adding Diddy will continue to fight every single day to clear his name.
They don't execute these types of search warrants until they believe they have an ironclad case.
So, where's the 54-year-old now? Unclear, but his jet that traveled to Antigua from LA on Monday just landed in Miami today. That's where Diddy was last seen, reportedly bound for a Caribbean spring vacation with his two daughters. Also with him, an associate, Brendan Paul, who was arrested for alleged drug possession.
This reveals a complex web of connections between Diddy, the Kardashians, and Lou Taylor, spanning business, personal ties, and even religious ideologies, with deep roots in various industries.
What I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it.
Doctor, sir, is that correct? Yes, correct. Just calling for my cell phone to request if we can have some police backup because I don't think the paramedics, I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized. If you can just keep an eye on him, don't let him get any weapons or anything like that. If anything changes, if he does become physically combative between now and when the police and or paramedics get their calls back immediately at 911. Will do. Thank you so much.
It's like co-parenting. It's really hard, and like
you're not co-parenting with just anyone.
Yeah.
For the quietest, easiest.
But I had the best dad, and I had the best memories and the greatest experience, and that's all I want for my kids. As long as they can have that, that's what I would want for them.
We love you. You are 4 years old. 4 sucks.
Why don't you want what? No what?
No pictures.
Why?
Oh.
At least 5 lawsuits have been filed, nearly all by those claiming Diddy drugged and forced them into having sex. Longtime enemy 50 Cent posted that his upcoming docuseries on the allegations is now entitled Diddy Do It.
What we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
As you can see, Diddy has long leveraged his power and influence to navigate various industries, creating a network of connections that often go unnoticed. These relationships, particularly with figures like Lou Taylor and the Kardashians, have sparked growing speculation. With such an intricate web of ties, it's no surprise that rumors are swirling about Kim Kardashian's possible involvement with Diddy. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.